He's like, everybody was sweet Caroline.
Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, that shit. And I'm trying to remember when's the first time is New York trip is when the first time I met Mateo?
It was definitely New York trip.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when I bought a ticket to go to New York for a weekend. I was like, oh fuck, I bought a ticket for like a week and a half in New York.
Jesus.
2 weeks. And then once we all learned about the mess up, like Pucho and Tony sprang into action. They're like, "Yo, we're gonna go over there."
It's funny.
Yeah,
yo,
that show was awesome.
That was
fucking.
Poor Doey though, dude. You were not prepared for that. Like I remember it was like day 4 of me being there, and like you woke up and you just had this grumpy look in your eye. I was like, I'm just gonna give this dude some space. He was not prepared for all of us being here this long.
Something that I have carried with me since a child is like, when I wake up, I'm grumpy. I don't know why. When I wake up, you got to give me like an hour to like wake up. Like just leave me alone and don't talk to me.
Didn't Tony and I climb into bed with you one morning when you were like
tight.
waking up and we pissed you off? You were fucking furious at us.
It's funny
so
too.
Weird. Yeah, I wake up happy, yo. I'm happy I'm alive. I'm happy that I get to just get out of bed. I've been just doing nothing all night, and now I get to wake up and just have fun. Like, I'm excited every time I wake up in the morning. Like, I can't wait. Unless it's for work. That just sucks. Ain't nobody.
Yeah, that ain't nobody work. But that weekend was funny because Pucho called me on a Monday, I think it was. Maybe a Tuesday. He was like, yo, I was talking to Doughboy. Mateo's up there. He fucked up on his flights. He's there for an extended period of time. Just want to go up there or whatever, like a quick weekend trip. I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds cool. Da 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 da, whatever. I'll check it out. End of conversation. And then the following day, I looked up. I think it was a Wednesday. Wednesday, I called you back. After I looked up the flights, I'm like, yo, them flights is cheap. I'm down to go. He was like, deadass? Like, yeah, nigga, look at the flights. He looked. I was like, but I'm gonna drive to your house so we can leave on the same flight and go out. So I had to drive from West Palm to fucking Orlando, whatever, just so we can fly out together. Booked the tickets that night. Told my girlfriend at the time, which is my wife now, I told her like, yo, I'm taking a quick weekend trip with the boys to New York. Da 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 da. Oh, okay. Boom. Got on the plane. Friday. Friday at what, 9 o'clock at night we left after work?
It was something like that. Yeah, you guys got there Friday night. My dad picked you up.
We went straight to the bar.
Arrived. We arrived in New York maybe like 11:30. We landed, and then
and that's my first time in New York. Never been there.
Shout out to the ex-driver.
I was gonna say ex-drivers drove us to the Bronx. You know, if you're driving.
Which blew my mind too, because we got there. I was already I was tired, right? Mind you, I was fucking tired, working all day, then driving 2 hours, then getting to his house, taking a quick little fresher shower, or whatever the fuck you want to say. Got dressed, got in the car, we left, boom. Now we're in the airport. Hyped.
Bronx Ale House after when we got back. Well, I'm skipping.
Yeah, you're skipping. Got to the New York. Doughboy's dad, Clutch Man, came through. I did not know that you had to pay to cross the bridge every time. That's just beast. Yeah. So shout out to him for, giving us a ride and shit. Got to there, saw Mateo for the first time. Mateo's claim to fame this morning was he said that the first time he met me, I started screaming. They came. And
he said the first sound I heard Tony make.
Yeah, the first
100%. I think you boys were drinking on the flight or something, so you guys showed up kind of hyped.
You're right. We did buy a bunch of like little drinks on the plane.
Yeah, you boys were hyped when you showed up, and then like you'd been all like confined in an Uber or whatever the fuck in the back. Like you had some excess energy.
Yeah, so we got into the crib, met Mateo for the first time, and I'm just like, number one, and I'm just like, what are we gonna do now? Right? We sat down, we're all chilling or whatever. I think Jesus came over that night too, if I'm not mistaken.
Jesus, when we walked in the crib, Zeus was already on the couch playing the ending to GTA 5. I remember seeing it because I remember thinking, I don't like this game. This is probably the only opportunity I have to see the ending to this, unless I look it up on YouTube or something. So I was watching Zeus beat the game,
and we were just there chilling, like it. And there was I think there was a bottle there or something, or beer there, and it looked like what was happening is that we were just gonna go to bed, and I don't know if it was
some of that Ranger, the New Belgium Ranger, whatever. It was something like that. The
Voodoo
Ranger. That's the one.
And so we were all there chilling, and I was just like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed, but no. I was like, yo, let's go.
I remember we got into the house. The vibe was like, it was a little dim. It was already, by the time we got there, it was almost 1 a.m. It was 12 something. And I was like, yo, I woke up at, 6 something. 6. We worked the whole day, drove to the airport, got on a plane, got to New York. We pulled up, had to drive to the Bronx. Like, it's like, yo, it's fucking late. I was like, damn, yo, I'm down to go to sleep on the low.
Yeah,
like,
me too. But
like dead ass, that was the vibes.
And then I was like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go get drunk, nigga. I'm here. We're here on a quick weekend trip. Like, fuck the sleep. We don't need sleep right now. And then Doughboy was like, yeah, there's a Bronx Ale House. So he's like, fuck it, order the Uber. Mind you, it's us four and Jesus. Uber pulls up. It's a fucking like a Honda Civic. I go in the front.
Did we Uber to the Ale House? I thought we rode the train.
Nah.
We Ubered there.
We Ubered there and back. I got into the front seat automatically. Pucho.
I
remember the ride there being uneventful though. Like,
I don't think we did that going there. We may have.
I think we took 2 cars going there.
Nah.
I see.
Did we? I remember someone laying on top of somebody.
What was that, Tony?
I remember someone laying on top of somebody. They just threw themselves in the fucking backseat of the car.
That was on the way back.
Oh, that was on the way back. Okay. All right. So going there might have been 2 cars. Cool. So we get there.
Well, that's why we did 1 car on the way back, because we took 1 car there and we're like, that shit was that. Or we took 2 cars and we're like, that was fucking pricey. We're just going basically down the street a little bit.
Yeah, Uber was still a premium at that time. They weren't even like giving discounts or 10% off rides and shit like that.
Yeah, but then we go to Bronx Ale House, and that was the beginning of a great fucking weekend. We got fucking so drunk that we started singing
Sweet Caroline by
Caroline.
Neil Diamond.
On repeat.
Pucho blew his voice out that first night.
Yo, that's so beast, yo.
It was
came in healthy. The next morning, we sang so hard. I was like, I can't talk right now. The shit was terrible. I had no voice for the whole weekend.
It was something about Pucho's tenor, like whatever the whole bar started singing. Once they heard Pucho, Pucho gave them the strength. Pucho wants to say, Pucho loves to say that other people invite energy. Wait until you're with Pucho and everybody sees him having a good time, and then everybody's like, everybody was Sweet Caroline.
Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, that shit was lit.
Those dude. That's what ruined it.
That shit was lit.
Yo, that shit was crazy. The whole fucking bar was just getting lit. That shit was fun. And just for the record, I'm not saying I think I give people energy in the sense that I have such a resting, angry face that everybody's like, oh shit, this is an angry man. And then as soon as they see that I'm happy, they're like, oh, like there's like a hype to that. I think that may be where that's coming from, but Tony invites nonsense. Tony will just have a guy walk up and just somebody will make a kind of remark. Like I'll be sitting at a bar just enjoying a drink with Tony, and then someone will just walk up and be like, oh, so you guys are rooting for the Giants? And I'm like, nobody would ever come up and tell me this on a normal day. Like, this is all Tony somehow. Like,
mind you, I was not rooting for the Giants. I think I had a Cowboy hat on, and he was like, "Oh, you're a Cowboys fan?" I'm like, "Yeah, like America's team. Fuck out of here." And yeah, I don't know what it is. People just are drawn to me. So I don't remember anything after Bronx Ale House. I remember getting to the house at your house at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Well, you remember the car ride back where we just we tricked this poor Uber driver into driving
Dominican guy. It was a Dominican guy. He was like, "Oh, ¿cuántos son?" I got in the front seat. Oh yeah, like, tres. Because first Pucho, then Jesus, then Mateo, and then Doughboy fucking swan dives in the back. That nigga in the front seat was like, "Oh yeah," and that nigga turned back like, "Coño, no mate."
Don't hit the swanton bomb in the back seat, and then we close the door. We're like, "Drive, motherfucker, let's get the fuck out."
Yo,
the guy was like, "Oh."
Yo, we murdered his suspension. By the way,
poor man.
We gave him a tip though.
No, yeah, we tipped him, but it was wild because that dude was shocked. He was like, "To that person, I lied, yeah, 3."
I just think our vibes, our energy was so high from the bops that he just rode with it. He's like, all right, these guys are just having fun. Like,
yeah, we didn't fuck up none of his furniture or anything, or furniture, his seats or anything.
Who knows? The days later, he may have had experienced something.
That nigga has
driving down the street, his tire explodes and he spins out.
Tony said on my fucking car. Fucking pop my tire. Could you imagine that shit?
Goddamn husk, dude.
Tire days later.
That shit
just like that couch.
No, not like the fucking couch. So we get back to his crib, 4:30, maybe 5. We all just pass out. Even Jesus passed out.
After the chimneys, after Pucho fell asleep.
Oh yeah, we got chimneys that night. Damn, see, that's crazy.
Yeah, we did not go home and pass out. Then we wandered around.
We
more
wandered,
drunk
got
self.
chimneys, brought that shit back, ate that shit, passed out, woke up at like 6:30. Went to go get breakfast, and I immediately started drinking. I think at 6:30 in the morning. I think I grabbed a beer and just started drinking. I was tired or whatever. I didn't give a fuck, but it was vacation. Then I think we all left. Went straight to what is that place where down the hatch was?
Down the hatch, that was
down the hatch.
West 4th Street. It's by Washington Square Park.
Went to down the hatch because supposedly Doughboy said, "Yo, there's all you can drink pitchers. No, 4 big pitchers and all you can eat wings and fries for $20." We were all like
20. Yeah, it's like 23, something like that.
Down. We went to down the hatch into this fucking basement corridor bullshit. Ordered whatever the beers that they had.
It was one of those situations where they also wanted to figure out how infinite were the wings. And it was another one.
We have to test the infinities.
Yeah, I fucking ate so much there. Like the wings were good too, though.
There was infinite wings,
and fries.
Infinite waffle fries, and 3 big ass pitchers of beer. 4, and I remember the beer was so cheap. It was like your choice of like Miller Lite, Michelob, and Rolling Rock. So we all got 3 pitchers of Rolling Rock.
Mm-hmm.
We were on our angry video game nerd shit hard.
Speaking of Tony's nonsense face, though, those trust fund babies that we ended up partying with.
Right. Who invited those people?
I did, I think.
Okay.
I didn't invite them. They were there. I don't know what happened.
Sure. I'm saying like we were just enjoying our beers, and then we got a bunch of trust fund baby people to fucking come up and try to chill with us.
I remember this, right? I remember going to the bathroom. As I come back, I bump into somebody by accident. I was like, "Yo, my bad, bro." He's like, "Nah, you're good, bro." I'm like, "All right, man."
I remember that guy's prickish face.
Yeah, go back to
funny.
Go back to my chair, started eating or whatever. Then he comes back, like, "Hey, man, what are you drinking?" or some shit. Oh, I'm drinking this Rolling Rock. A conversation started happening. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm with all these people," and there's a whole bunch of trust fund rich kids with their homegirls or girlfriends or whatever.
They're in like khaki shorts and like polo shirts.
Yeah, niggas got bread. Their parents got bread. So we're chilling or whatever. Next thing you know, we all just started chilling and talking. Whatever.
They bought us an amount of shots, though. Like, not to talk too much shit about them, because they bought us several rounds of shots.
Yeah, shout outs to their mother and father for those shots.
Those are NYU kids.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daddy Big Bucks, for buying us those shots.
I remember the fact, too, getting so drunk with them and with all of us getting so drunk that this guy started talking about this one chick. Oh, yeah, like that. My ex-girlfriend, my buddy's fucking her, and she fucked him. And he just started showing me pictures of like them 2 fucking, and I was just like so weirded out by this. I'm like, but she's talking to this dude. Yeah, that's my buddy. They're together, but you know. I was like, oh, wow, okay. I don't like, it was so weird. And then an altercation happened, some bullshit, I don't know, whatever. But the guy tells me, he was like, yo, after this, later on, I'll give you my number. We're gonna go on the boat and party on the boat if you guys are down to come. I was like, that's fucking lit. I ain't never been on no yacht boat partying, let alone with these rich white people. So I tell Pucho, I'm like, yo, Pooch, these niggas are inviting us to go to the fucking boat or whatever. He's like, nigga, I don't like no fucking boat. I can't fuck that boat. I was like, damn, nigga, this is a party.
I've never been on a boat in my life.
See, that's how we end up on some island, though, and they're hunting us for sport.
Yeah.
Us four poor little guys end up over on an island. They're like, now run.
Yeah, run. Run, boy.
Get us
Like,
nice and drunk and fattened up, and they're like, all right, guys.
but nah, so it was a vibe. Like I don't know what it was. It was just one of those things to where we were all chilling or whatever, and then the dude got mad at Doughboy for some obvious reasons. I don't know why. And then now the tensions just shifted.
Some obvious reasons that I don't know why.
I'm pretty sure Doey was dancing with a girl or something,
was
and he got
blackout
caught
drunk.
about that.
I was blackout drunk once again, and I don't know what I was doing, but I guess I saw the green light, and I took the green light, and the light was not green.
Oh, and it was that dude's ex-girlfriend that his homeboys is fucking. That's right.
Yeah, that shit was weird because then he started saying like, yeah, you know, I don't really care about her. That's my ex-girlfriend, and my other friend's dating her now, but she's a good girl, man. And he kept saying how he didn't care at all about her, but then he was like still trying to like protect her because he had some prior relationship with her, and he wasn't digging digging the fact that she was like trying to chill with Doey and shit.
I think I missed part of this too because I went across the way to that other bar. I went to the Slaughtered Lamb for a little bit because I was like, these fucking trust fund babies are stressing me out. I don't like partying with these rich ass white kids. I'm gonna go have a drink at the bar across the way.
There's
I think it was called.
There
I think it was called like the
nowhere to
slaughtered,
move.
the slaughtered lamb or the slaughtered goat or something like that.
Yeah,
that
Slaughtered
place.
Lamb.
That place is cool.
That shit was packed. So then now it became him getting tight at Doughboy. Mind you, it's me, Doughboy, and Georgie and Pucho. Georgie was with us.
And Jesus.
No, Jesus wasn't there.
Jesus, I don't think Jesus
wasn't there.
No, Seuss did not join
I
us.
wish
So yeah, that would have been crazy.
he had to work or something like that.
Yeah. And then
No, I remember I came back and like y'all were like, "Hey, we might have to hit these white dudes or something."
yeah, because once that nigga started talking shit about Doughboy, I was just like, fuck. And then Pucho was like, yo, my nigga, I'm about to duff this nigga. I was like, fuck, I'm stuck now. Like, yo, if this nigga duffs him, I'm gonna have to start duffing his mans because this nigga's they're deep. There's like 8 of these white boys with these girls. And I'm
I just came straight back into this, like three whiskey shots in at that bar across the way. You guys are like, we might be fighting these men. I was like, well, fuck, I guess we're gonna fight
I
these
made a
men.
mistake with these shots.
yeah, it was bad because I'm like, yo, like if Pucho duffs this poor little white boy, that nigga might die. That nigga was skinny. All these niggas were skinny dicks. I'm just like, fuck, yo, like this is a good vibe. I'm eating wings. I'm drinking. I'm not trying to fight him, but if Pucho duffs him, fuck it, we're duffing these niggas.
He was just talking crazy.
Yeah,
like if like, hey man, I know that's your friend, but I might have to catch him slipping type. And I'm like, oh, like I'm just sitting there. When I start hearing people make remarks like that, I get very like, oh, word. Like I get very agreeable, and I'll take a stance where no one's behind me. I'm just getting ready to just catch somebody off guard because I'm like, I'm not getting caught slipping. Like, if they start swinging, I want the advantage. That's all I'm thinking about. So I told Tony real quick. I'm like, yo, Tony, I'm about to duff this motherfucker. Like, and then I just kind of hit the cut, and I'm just like waiting to.
Yeah, it would have been real fucking bad in that small ass space because it's like a bedroom space place. It's like 30, 40 fucking people. So it's like the moment someone bumps into you, you're swinging at that person. Like you don't know who the fuck he is. Like it's gonna be a mosh pit of fucking people fighting. But
yeah, it's a basement bar, and it's like I don't know. It's like someone converted like a basement bedroom into a bar. The shit did not have any business being a bar or having. There's no way that bar was complying with like New York City like fire codes and shit. There was about 1 billion people in this place, a single exit, like no windows except for just some tiny little slits like at the top. Like it was very, very claustrophobic in there. And then it's like a somewhat of a college area, so it's just a lot of people, and then a lot of people trying to take advantage of the deal. So it was just like you're shoulder to shoulder with people. Like this would be like a COVID super spreader if the shit was going down today.
Man.
It'd be a disaster.
Did we talk about the price on this deal? That it was like what, $30, I think.
Or
Yeah, it was like $27 or $23. Yeah, all you could eat wings, all you could eat waffle fries. Three big ass pitchers of beer. They give you 3 tickets actually, and you turn in your ticket and they give you a pitcher of beer. I remember someone else gave us a ticket because I remember by the end we all had 3 pitchers of beer each, and then we had pitchers on pitchers on pitchers sitting on the table that we were still drinking from.
By the end of that, we were all drinking just straight out of pitchers.
Straight out of pitchers. Yeah, bro. I remember at one time I ordered wings and fries. Sit down, eat 1, 2, go back, order wings and fries again. Sit down, eat 1, 2, go back and order another wing. Bro, I had like 4 or 5 baskets. I don't know why I did that because I thought that we were going to be like it was going to run out or the line was too long. But I remember having like 4 or 5 baskets.
Bucho changed my life that day because he gave me so much shit about my wing eating method and how much meat I was leaving on those bones.
Yeah, they do that to everybody.
Can't leave wings on. You can't leave meat on the bones, man.
Like, yeah, they to this day, them boys be just looking at my wings like, oh, nigga, look how you eat his wings. Man, fuck out of here. I pay for these shits.
Doughy used to leave endless meat on his chicken wings.
Yeah, they
Tony, Michael. I'm like, I used to be by myself, like, wow, I must look like a fucking poor, hungry bastard because I'm fucking. There's no meat on this bone, and then I'm chewing the bone. The major twitch though is that like I would get 10 wings and be completely full and adequate. Doey and Tony would buy 20 wings and they would eat their wings like leaving a bunch of meat on there. And I'm like, yo, if you just ate all the meat, you could just pay for less wings. Like
it was unlimited.
You shamed me into eating wings the proper way.
The proper way.
Yeah,
that's not the proper way. Like sucking cartilage and all the meat bone juice out, and then chewing on it, that can't be the proper way eating wings, bro. I'm leaving no meat, I think is proper, right?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Leaving no meat on the bone.
But everybody's raised differently, so I mean, whatever. And then I think also that might have been the first time I met Zeus. No, I met Zeus prior.
No, you're forgetting the best part of this story. Is when Georgie got tired of being at the bar.
Oh man, poor Georgie was so sleepy.
He was so
sleepy that he secretly told Doey. He's like, yo, Doe, I'm very tired. I want to go home. So then when
we walked out of the bar,
relayed the news. At this point, we were standing outside.
I just gone to that vape shop. I think I bought a vape or something because I was.
Oh,
the cigarettes were expensive or something. I bought a little nicotine vape.
I remember that too.
We left the bar.
And there were people, the same white guys that were talking shit, ready to fight, were now super friendly outside, and they were racing. They were running. I don't remember why.
Somebody busted their ass in front of us or something like that.
I don't know what happened. Something happened, but we left. It was like 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, and we're all drunk. And the sun is just beaming on us. We're like, oh, shit.
Dude, I thought it was like 10 o'clock at night when we got out of there, but you were absolutely right. It was like just the middle. It was just the afternoon.
It was the afternoon. It was like 4 p.m.
On 1 hour and a half.
We must have been shit-faced before noon on that particular day.
We were done. And then that's when Doughboy was like, yo, my cousin's really tired and wants to go home. And meanwhile, he's right next to him, sitting on the stairwell of a house. And he's looking at Doughboy, and Pucho's looking at him. And I'm looking only at Doughboy. And I'm like, wait, he's tired? And I look to my left, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I never said that shit.
I was like,
what? And then Doughboy's like, well, I'm tired, and I want to go home. All right, nigga, go the fuck home. We're like, I'm definitely not going home, nigga. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm drunk, 1 hour of sleep. Nigga, I'm trying to get drunk. I'm trying to continue on. So Doughboy leaves us like a bitch.
Falls asleep on the train.
Yeah, he fell asleep on the train on the last stop. That nigga had to figure it out. fucking blacked out drunk. And then what did we end up going, Pucho? After we go to the smoke shop for Mateo,
We were in.
Apparently, we went to a gay bar. We went to because we were in the village. We were real close to the village.
Yeah, we ended up going into that red gay bar. I think it was red, right? The whole room was like red or some shit.
Yeah.
That sounds right. That bar was cool though, man.
I like that.
Yeah,
I think you guys went into the big fat pussycat bar.
That sounds right.
I just remember there was
the bouncer was cool.
the fucking Puerto Rican dude, and we was just chilling and talking with the bouncer and having drinks. And the bouncer was looking at us. That dude was pretty homophobic for working in a gay bar. I remember he was like, "Yeah, I don't like hanging out here. There's too many gay people." And I was like, and then I think it wasn't even until I didn't even think it was until that moment that I even noticed that we were in a gay bar.
Yeah,
I was like, too many gay people. And I was like, I guess we're in the village. And then I look around and I'm like, we're in a gay bar. I guess this guy doesn't like gay people. He just works here. But I was like, I don't care. You know, I'm just having my drinks. We're chilling. Like,
we were having a good time. We were having some good conversation with some people inside.
That I didn't bring along, mind you. We just sat at the bar and we were just talking.
Yeah.
And
that's the second time we went to a gay bar. I went to a gay bar with Tony. I remember we went to a gay bar in the Bahamas. No, in
the Ballad of Gay Tony.
No, it was in Florida. What's the Keys? We were in the Keys.
It was Key West. Yeah, when we went on a cruise.
When we was in Key West, we went to a gay bar. It was the only bar open at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
So we went to the bar, and there was the gay bartender was super cool. He was just telling us how happy he was that, like, you know, that we weren't gay, but that we were like coming into the bar, and you know, he was just happy that we were there. He made us drinks. He made us like this pink. He mixed 7 different types of Parrot Bay. He said, "Yo, the best." He's like my favorite drink. Right? That's a drink, right? Parrot Bay.
Parrot Bay.
Yeah. Right. That it has like 7 different flavors. There's like a coconut, a fruit punch, a pineapple. He said if you mix all 7 of them, that he gave us the drink. The motherfucker charged us like $11 for that drink. That shit was pricey, but it was pure alcohol. Like it was a giant cup of alcohol.
No, like those Long Islands that you get down here on 6th Street. There's a few places that it's like $2 Long Islands. That's fight milk right there. Like that, you're gonna get blackout drunk. You might fight someone when you're drinking those down here in Austin.
Facts.
Yeah, but the guy gave us this drink. It was just shit tasted like fruit punch. It was just pure alcohol. I guess all those different flavors, it just made like a punch. It was yummy. That shit was good. And we had a couple drinks with the guy at the bar. I can't remember what it's called, but he had we knew it was a gay bar walking into. They had a whole bunch of pride flags. I remember that was the first time I went to a gay bar. That I remember, like, all right, like, fuck it, it's the only bar open. Let's see what's in store for us here. Because
we was the only ones there.
I didn't know what to expect, and it turned out that it was just a bar. It was a pretty normal place.
They had like dollar bills hanging.
No, it wasn't eventful whatsoever. So
they had dollar bills hanging everywhere in that place. Pooch, remember those dollar bills everywhere hanging in that bitch. It was dope too because we walked in there and we're the only 4 people on the whole island drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning. I was just like, well, this is fucking vacation. Like, I don't give a fuck. But
yeah, the guy said he liked to party, sunrise to sunset. So he was just like, yeah, that's why I opened my bar early, because there's some people like you know. So he was just happy for us to be there. So
yeah, validated everything that he stands by. It's like, yeah, this is why.
So yeah, we had a bunch of drinks with him. Then a couple other people went in, and then we took off. But
Tony's face didn't get you in trouble that time. His nonsense face.
On that trip, there was quite a bit of nonsense invitations, in fact. But it was I would say 99% positive. The only negative experience that I could remember is the bald girl that was on that trip where he made me uncomfortable.
That's a simple question in life.
It is a simple question. It just made me very uncomfortable.
Whatever. We don't have to go back in the past.
But yeah.
No, but there's sometimes I look for that shit. I'll look.
I know. You like to deny. You like to act like you don't look for it.
Not all the time. Sometimes, not all the time.
I know you walk into the bar and you be scoping around and you'll find the guy wearing like the Eagles jersey or something. And
Where
then
can I maximize my nonsense?
So he'll buy a drink and then we'll be there. And then he's like, all right, what's a sentence that I could say at the loud enough volume that I could invite this Eagles guy to say something? Like, I know, like Tony has to be making these calculations because there's no way that just this amount of people would just come up to us and just start either talking shit or wanting to hang out with us. Like, it's literally the
not all the times like that though. Not all the time. Like, there's been multiple times where they just come up to me. I don't know what it is. And it's both sex, male and female, that just come up to me and just start a conversation. Like, and I'll invite it. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not a dickhead. You know, I don't, you know, it just goes on. But going back to Doughboy leaving us, we end up going back to his house. He wasn't answering the fucking door. We have a bottle in our hand, trying to continue on drinking. Jesus is meeting up with us now at this point. And this dickhead's passed out in his house. We're ringing the fucking doorbell constantly. It took us like, what, 20 minutes to get this nigga to answer?
It took a while. I think I went down and had a smoke and came back up and he still hadn't answered the door.
Ridiculous. Finally answers.
I was so mad. I was like, oh my
God. You were pissed.
I was like, yo, we might have to find somewhere else to sleep tonight. This motherfucker's not opening the door.
I think you were Googling hotel rooms or some shit.
The worst is he answered the phone a few times. He's like, huh? I'm like, open the fucking door. We're outside. All right. And then he'd hang up. I'm like, all right, he's opening the door. And I got my ear to the door. I'm like, I don't hear anything. I'm like, this piece of shit. He went back to sleep. And I'm fucking blowing up his phone again. And
it was bad. Then we finally get up there. We're all fucking tight. And we all forget that now we're hungry. So it's like, fuck. And his little steps, bro, that shit will make your calves work out, bro.
Oh my God.
It's like a sixth
So
floor.
we lived on the 6th floor of no elevator in this building. You got to run up 6 stories of stairs to get up there. Yeah. Funny shit in New York. That violates like some kind of building, like some kind of like building code where. Like, I think once you have once you're past 5-story buildings, you're obligated as a landlord to put in an elevator in this building. But and the way they got around this or the way they try to sneak by it in Doughboy's building is that instead of usually in New York, if you live on the 4th floor, all the apartment numbers on that floor would be 4 followed by like a letter. So 4A, 4B, 4C. I mean, it pretty much is a standard like everywhere. In his building, instead of numbering the floors, they lettered the floors. So it was floor A, floor B, floor C, and there was only 5 apartments on each floor. So it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 B. So that if anyone ever looked at the mail, it would look like there were only 5 stories in the building. Because the numbers only went to 5, and it looked like there were like 6 like apartments on each floor for like A through F, I guess.
I didn't realize that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so I lived on the 6th floor, but I was 5F. It didn't make sense. Yeah, it didn't make sense at all.
That's standard New York landlord trying to gyp its tenants from every fucking dollar that they can.
That building wasn't built with the elevator in mind, so I feel like in order to put an elevator there would have to be no staircase for several weeks. On top of there being no staircase, is like, how are you supposed to get downstairs and do shit? So I don't think there was any way to really put an elevator there, unless I guess they took out an entire row of apartments.
You know what I don't understand? It's like, how do you move? That stairwell was so small. Nigga, you had couches and beds, and how the fuck do you move up and down these stairs? Like, that shit's gotta be for dicks.
Yeah, it sucked. I started out with nothing, though. So all those things got moved there one piece by one piece. Like, even when Mateo just had gotten there, I just got a new couch, and I was waiting for the legs to come.
Which couch?
You just got in the couch, and you just got in your cat.
The green couch, yeah, and my cat, yeah. Oh wow!
Was it the couch with the pull-out bed, or was it the couch Mateo slept on?
The couch that Mateo slept on.
That I couldn't sleep on.
No.
Doughboy
You
said,
could've
nope, I
broken
can't
it.
sleep on that.
So yeah.
So did we cover how we all met each other?
Yeah,
There's a
for sure.
story, but I don't know if Pucho wants me to tell it because
Wow.
it's kind of insensitive.
No, I do not. No.
Say it, bitch.
All right. Okay. So we didn't cover one aspect, right? Me and Doughboy, right? Me and Doughboy met in 8th grade, even though we went to the same junior high school for at that point it was 3 years together. I had never met Doughboy. And we met each other in language arts class, Miss Zivanov's class. And yeah, I don't know. I remember coming into the class, I saw a kid with curly hair. I was like, that kid looks Dominican. And we started talking. I was like, he is Dominican. Boom. Because in the hood, that's how the shit works. Everybody tries to find how you're going to click up with who. Because like you got to roll around in packs. Like that's
prison.
just, everybody tries to find the group that they're going to roll around with. Even from period to period, you got, even like Doughboy was my language arts friend at that point. Like I did not see Doughy at all in school. I only fucked with Dough in that class because that's the only place I saw Dough.
Yeah, we were never on the same team. They split the grades up into teams. So if you were in 7th grade, you had like 4 different 7th grade teams. And then that's how lunches, you would go to group with like 2 different teams. So me and Pucho never even saw each other. Although I do remember being not athletic enough to play that strike ball shit. They would put me up against the wall. And after I got spiked a few times with the ball, like, nah, I'm not athletic enough for this. It's not for me. I was such an easy target, too. I was so big. I was so fat.
So in this class, right, there was a book called Night by a Jewish guy, Elie Wiesel. He's a survivor of the Holocaust, right?
Shout out to him.
Shout out Elie Wiesel. It's a great book. It's very depressing. And it's just about how this kid, he's only like 12, he survives the Holocaust, right? So we got to read this book. And it's a good book, right? We enjoy it. We go to class. We got to discuss it.
We read the whole book at that point, right? Like we were already done with the book. Yeah. And then our teacher, Miss Zivanov, was like, okay, now we're going to watch the movie.
Yeah, it wasn't a movie of the book. It was a movie about the book. So it was just a bunch of interviews. Stuff. It was a documentary. A bunch of interviews just of Holocaust survivors, a lot of old people, and all that shit, right?
It reminds me of like a South Park episode because we were just very young and like very innocent. So like even though we liked the story and it was interesting, bro, it was almost the end of the semester and we're still on this shit. And this shit is just draining us at this point.
So we are watching this movie. And it'd be just like you're just listening to somebody go on and on and on and on, just very long. It was a very deadpan, so it was very boring. And we're just like, oh my God, we can't wait for this shit to be over.
Multiple classes went by, right? Like we didn't do this in one sitting. We were watching this movie for like 3 or 4 classes.
Yeah, it was the end of the year where your teachers are just putting on movies to get you to the end. It's like, FCAT's over. We're fucking done teaching y'all motherfuckers. Good luck in the next grade. We're just putting movies to the end of the year type of shit. There's a lot of teachers used to do this. Mm-hmm. So we're sitting in this room. We're watching this movie. And it's going on. And we're just like trying to whisper, like trying to talk and just enjoy our day type of shit. And then the screen would go black. And they would roll like credits to like end the movie, and we're all like, thank God this shit is over. And then it would come back, and then more talking. The documentary would continue. So we're like, what the fuck? And then it would just go on. And then again, the screen will go black and it'll roll credits, and we're like, oh, thank God it's over. And it would come back. So then we started laughing hysterically because the shit would never end. It was like credit roll, psych, more Holocaust.
Yo, by the 3rd or 4th time, we got the entire class in on it, and everybody was like, ah! Oh, when they saw when it like faded to black, we all got excited. Like, is this it? Is this the end? And then another interview would come on, and everybody would be like, ah!
So fucking, and it was so fucking hilarious, yo. The shit was so, I mean, this was us. We were 12, 13 years old. 20 years later, I still chuckle and laugh just thinking about the shit. But to our teacher, she was looking at us like we were a bunch of piece of shit animals, just laughing, insensitively laughing at the Holocaust. This was not what we were doing at all. But this whole thing is stuck with me. I remember thinking, like, damn, that might have been like super shitty of us, like in retrospect. In my defense, the movie was long and it ended 17 times. It went on forever. Again, shout out to Elie Wiesel. That book was good.
Yeah. Guy went through a lot, and shout out to his dad.
So is
his
this
dad, I remember in the book, like really giving him the only reason to live. Like,
so is this
his dad held it down for a while. It's just sad as fuck, yo.
Very sad. He died on one of the death marches. I still remember a lot about that book. They took him on a death march, and his dad didn't make it through the death march through the snow without proper clothing,
without shoes. They were running barefoot during the winter. They're trying to run away from the Russians. The Germans were forcing them to run from the Russians. And he was in Auschwitz, which is like I think considered like the worst or one of like the two worst. Like it was like a death camp. It was like where you go where like they were being tortured, all types of shit. So that shit is super fucked up. But yeah, we didn't find that funny. We found the interviews funny.
I gotcha.
Yeah, no. And again, I don't care.
We're not gonna get canceled on this episode.
No. It was and I don't know. Doey brought it up, and I was like, I don't know, man. That shit is insensitive. But I'm like, fuck it. It happened. I was a kid. I don't give a fuck.
All kids are assholes, man.
Yeah.